Hello. Hello, Mari.
Hi
Mari's
there.
in northern Saskatchewan. Hello,
Mhm.
Sheri
Hello, hello.
from Ontario.
That's
And I'm
right.
Julia, and I'm here in Alberta. So we're just bringing the country together.
Woohoo!
Hello, ladies. Good to
So
see you.
Good
fun
to see you
little
guys.
impromptu get together.
Yep.
Yep.
We couldn't wait until next week when we will see each other in Vegas. Could not wait. So
It's gonna be
here
fun.
we are. Welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone watching on Paper and Ink Facebook and YouTube. And also welcome everyone watching on Paper Crafters Workshop Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, everyone. We're here to talk to Mari about this class that she has coming up. I'm just going to throw this up here for just a moment. And it is the Malva Bird card class, another pretty mixed media card class from Mari Clarke.
Lots of
So
great inky stuff.
lots of great inky stuff. But you know what? It's so amazing when I watch Mari's classes because I love mixed media, but I'm very messy mixed media. Mari is mixed media, but she's very clean and pretty. Yeah, yeah. So for anyone who is maybe scared, this is a perfect class for you. Scared of mixed media? Don't worry. You will hardly get a spot of paint on your fingers or ink or
Yeah.
whatever.
You
Yeah.
do need to get a little bit dirty because that's where the fun comes in, but you're
For
not
sure.
going to be spending days cleaning up.
No.
That's right. Okay, so this class, I'm just going to pop this up one more time just while I'm talking about it. So the Malva Bird card class uses a stamp set and a stencil from Tracy Evans. Tracy Evans has been designing her own stamps and stencils for this year. And it is called the Malva Bird class, designed by Mari Clarke. You can see those there. I'll pop this up here so you can see there are 3 cards. And you might be thinking, well, that bird, that looks like a stamp or a die. No, that's actually a stencil, that bird on that card on the left. Mari, can you just walk us through why are you drawn to Tracy Evans? What do you love about Tracy Evans stamps and stencils?
Well, one of the things I think that draws me to her stamps and stencils the most is they're very unique. And you really can't, it's pretty tough to find anything out there in the industry that's like what she does. And what I truly, truly appreciate about her art is that she combines what she's passionate about. So she combines images of nature, but she also weaves in the abstract. And I think that's really interesting and unique. And I just find it so much fun and really speaks to my creative nature in creating different projects with her stamps and stencils. They're just really fun to work with, basically.
Yeah. And they're gorgeous. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Always. Every time.
And I think
So
that's what's fun about playing with a stencil as well. It's that nature, but also that abstract. So it shows you some
Mhm.
different ways to use your stencil.
Yeah,
mhm.
exactly.
So in the card class, actually, let me talk about the details. Thursday, July 25th, which is 2 weeks from this Thursday. And it is an online class, which
Mhm.
means if you're not available, we know it's the summer and people are traveling and the weather's nice, and maybe you don't want to be cooped up in your craft room on a nice day. So it is an online class. July 25th, which is a Thursday. It's happening at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time or 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time,
Mhm.
4650 plus GST. And because it's going to be online, which means it's going to be recorded, so you can watch it anytime. If you're not available on the day to do it live with Mari, don't worry. You're going to have a recording. You can go back and watch it whenever is convenient for you and as many times as you like. Maybe you want to do this class over and over and over again.
Mhm.
It's nice too that you can pause and rewind. So if you need to go over something a second time,
Well,
definitely those features are so beneficial.
yeah.
And this is a midweek class. We're all busy folks, so I'm trying to get Mari's time. I know it's a Thursday afternoon, so it's fabulous that it is available on replay.
Oh,
Mhm.
Peggy Ann's excited. Her kids should be arriving this
Ooh, hi,
afternoon.
Vicky.
Nice. And Rhonda, her kit should be here Thursday. Amazing.
Woohoo!
Yes, awesome. Kits are already on the move.
Mhm.
So speaking of kits, the stamp set that Mari is working with is this one from Tracy Evans, and it is called Malva, which I'm going to assume is the flower
Mhm.
right here. I personally love this one, and I see that you've got it prominently featured on one of the cards.
Mhm.
Absolutely wonderful stamp set. And the stencil that is also in the kit is this one. It's called Tweet. And what I love about Tracy stencils is you get the die cut. So you get the positive and the negative.
Mhm.
Absolutely fantastic. So between those two things, you're looking at roughly around $30 worth of product in your kit. And the class is $46.50, which is a great value to spend 2-3 hours with Mari, because you're going to learn so many techniques.
Mhm.
Why don't you take the next one there on the list there, Sheri?
Sure. Well, we did talk a little bit earlier about these having lots of great inky techniques, which,
Mhm.
for someone who does not like messy mixed media, this is, right up my alley. But maybe, Murray, and what is your favorite inky technique? And it doesn't necessarily have to be one that's in class, but,
Mhm.
obviously, if it is being used in class and people can learn about it, we'd love to know what your favorite is.
I think what the thing that I love the most about ink just is like it's so versatile, right? You can do a ton of things with ink. But I think what I love the most about ink is how I can use it with my tools. And whether it's ink blending or stenciling, using a brayer, things like that, I just think that it's one of the most versatile tools in itself that we can have in our stash. And I don't think I ever create a project where I don't use ink, whether it's scrapbooking or card making or whatever. My go to product for ink is definitely just the distress line. I love it. I love that there's so many things, so many ways to combine the distress line together. And now with the spritzes, it's endless. But honestly, I have a lot of different kinds of ink in my stash, including Catherine Pooler, Concord and Ninth, some Gina K, like lots of different types of ink. So really, you can use whatever you have in your stash for this class. I will be using the distress line, the distress oxide line, but yeah, totally. Whatever colors of the rainbow that you love, and I'm going to be teaching you some really cool techniques with that ink that you can transfer over to other projects that you might want to use them with as well. So, yeah, I love ink.
And I think that's a key thing that you just said, is that as long as you have a rainbow of colors, you don't have to use the same colors that Mari is using in class. I know we've got a few people in our community that are big on purple, so they'll have shades of purple. And
Yeah.
me, I tend to lean toward greens and brighter colors. But don't feel that you need to do exactly the same as what Mari's doing. And if you are new, we this again is
Mhm.
this ideal class for new people to give it a try, because ink really is versatile and it's approachable and it's not intimidating at all. Because if you do something that's a little bit different, nobody's going to know what Mari was
You
doing.
know,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
And we've seen in previous classes of Mari's, people will post their finished projects,
Mhm.
and everyone's always looks so different, which I
Totally.
love. I love when you teach people, a group of people, the same technique, but everything is so different, especially when it
Mhm.
comes to the color palette.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm just going to put this up on the screen. Peggy Ann has a question. Will the class be available on replay? Yes, absolutely. It'll be available on replay. I should explain, we will be doing it on Zoom. Zoom doesn't allow us to stream live into private Facebook groups anymore. But once the live class is done, it will be transferred over into a watchable link that will be posting, and everyone will have access to that. So even if you're watching it live, you will be able to have access to the replay as well.
And the Facebook group is just that perfect place where you can share what you created, or, leading up to the class, I'm sure Mari's going to post, any homework that needs to be done. And usually
Yeah.
there's not very much. But that is kind of your portal for information,
Mhm.
both before and after the class. So you want to have both. You want to be able to access Zoom as well as have a Facebook account to get into that group.
Mm-hmm. And and we know we have some customers who are not on Facebook, and don't worry, we will still get you that link. We will email it to you. You will still have the same access. Don't worry about, well, I'm not on Facebook, so I won't have it. Don't worry, we will still make sure that you get that link. So it's still watchable even if you're not on social media. Okay, so let's talk about maybe some fun add-on items that people may want to search their stash for, or maybe purchase from the Paper Crafters Workshop or the Paper and Ink Boutique. So,
sorry, I can't point the right direction. My camera is backwards.
So,
sorry, I distracted.
Mari,
That's okay.
What other add-ons do you suggest people may want to have for the class?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that I'm going to be showing is embossing glazes. And again, going back to the distress line, Tim in his genius created the glazes to coordinate with how many colors of distress? 70?
72.
72. So we have glazes that coordinate, but what's really unique about them is that they have different properties that allow some really fun layering techniques. And one of the focuses for this class is leveling up your cards, taking them to another level so that how can you do that? How can you take your card from just, maybe one dimension to being more dimensional? What can we do to do that? And so a lot of the different add-on items that I'm going to be using are going to show you how to level up your project. So with embossing glazes, with white splatter or splatter in general is just a really simple and easy technique that can add that extra level to your class. And what I love about it so much is how it adds sort of like a cohesive layer to your project that brings everything together. And so white splatter is definitely something we'll explore. I really love the Spellbinders white splatter. I think it's great. You can use anything in your stash that's white opaque, whether it's white paint, acrylic paint. You could use if you have I'm trying to think of the word. It's not gesso, but gouache. You can use white gouache. Like there's so many white products that you can use to splatter with. I do really like that Spellbinders white splatter, and it's really been my go-to lately. I've been using it a lot. I'm also going to be using chunky glitter in the class for some of the kind of little added details onto the cards. And honestly, it can be any chunky glitter that you have. It just adds a little bit of extra layer, and again, leveling things up. Something that I love to use in my mixed media projects, whatever it is, a card or in my art journal or whatever I'm doing, is I like to go in and grab stuff that I might call fodder. And you might have viewers that have taken fodder school before, but just the word fodder, just things that you can grab from your stash that are laying around. Maybe it's bubble wrap. It can be anything, or you have a little stash of twines or whatever. I love to use brown paper, and if people have taken my class before, they've probably seen me use brown paper. There's so many fun techniques that you can use with brown crumpled paper. So those are just some of the add-on things that I'm going to be using in the class that will help us to level up our projects. Yeah.
So I do have a question and a comment. So I'll start with my comment.
Okay.
For splatter, I find my splatter goes everywhere. So you may want to have a cardboard box or something where you can put your artwork in to contain the splatter. My question for you, Mari, is with the embossing glazes, if someone doesn't have the glazes, can they use the same color of ink but with clear embossing powder?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
They
so
totally
that is an option.
You betcha. Yep. If they've got clear embossing powder, it'll be a very similar technique. Okay. It's just the nice thing about the embossing glazes is how the colors work with the inks. But I'll explain that, and maybe that will inspire somebody to want to try that. And that's what this is all about. You don't have to have all of the things for the class, but really there's a lot of really rich content that will be included in the class that will kind of show people what are some options that I might have for the future that I might want to try. when my budget allows, for example.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess that kind of segues into our last question here. If someone is new to an inky technique or even, you know, any class, what is a key tip that you can share with us that'll give that person who's just not sure that push to get signed up and join us on July 25th?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking about this. I was actually going to ask my daughter that. I was like, Bailey, what would entice you to take your mom's class? She's not crafty. Like she never did do crafts. My son is more of the artsy one. But I don't know. I feel like if it were me and I was thinking about signing up for a class, what would sort of like really drive me to want to take a class is maybe if I'm in a crafty slump, maybe if I'm kind of lacking some mojo and I just need that little nudge to kind of get using my supplies again, it's a really great reason to sign up for class. Also, just looking for inspiration. You want to be inspired. You've been using the same techniques for a while with your projects, and now you're ready to kind of figure out what can I do. I've seen some things, but I just kind of need a little extra nudge. What can I learn in this class that will really help me out? What else? I wrote a few of these down. I'm just looking at my list. Of course, always learning from home. Like when you have the opportunity to take a virtual class and learn from home where you can just sit in your own space, you have everything at your fingertips from your supply kit that you can use. You don't have to pack up and go anywhere. Virtual classes really are, I think, a great way to learn. And not everybody wants to learn virtually, and I get that. And some people just really love to be in person. But for a lot of us, it's a great way to learn new things, but also if you are brand new and you are a little intimidated, it's kind of like going to the gym. You're like, ooh, I really want to get going to the gym, but I'm kind of intimidated by all these people that are experts. Being able to just be in your own safe space and learn there's a lot to be said for that. And there's a ton of support in a virtual class because you'll be able to ask me questions live. You'll be able to say, hey, Mari, like you'll be able to stop me at some point and say, like, what is happening here? Or if you're not able to join the class live, you can leave comments in the recorded section and I will come on in and answer any questions that you might have. So those are a few things I think when I think about why should I sign up for a class that might help people understand the value of signing up for a class like this.
And I will say, sorry, I'm just going to jump in first. One thing that we get a lot of very positive feedback on, if you've never taken a class with Mari before, her pace is so calm and so relaxed that there's no stress at all, just like the comment that's down below here. It's very calm. So if you do have to go and grab something, or you say, you know what, I pulled out purple, but I'm not feeling the purple today, you have time to go and grab things and know that it's a very relaxed, easygoing class.
Yeah. Yeah. Mari is a very, very easy paced, very easy to learn from, and always answers all of the questions. So it's always a great time when Mari teaches. Another thing I want to mention is in Mari's classes, she does teach a lot of techniques. And you can learn so many techniques. Like maybe you're going to pick out, I love this technique. I'm going to use that on my cards going forward. Or I love that technique. How good would that be on the background of a scrapbook page? Or maybe you're already into mixed media and have an art journal and be like, oh, I love that technique. My next art journal, that's what I'm going to do for my background. So you're learning all of these things that can be then used going forward in so many different ways. So I just love it. So nitty gritty. What we want to say is both Sheri and I have kits available for Mari's class happening on the 25th of this month. So you can contact whoever is your closest store or whoever you shop with. You can purchase in store and online from both of us. And maybe what Sheri and I will do after we're done is we'll drop our links. We'll go into our Facebook, we'll go into our YouTubes and drop those links so you can very easily find it. But you can also call either of our stores. You can certainly buy the kit on over the phone. And then, and then we'll be all set for the 25th. I'm so excited. Anything else you want to add, Sheri?
Wow.
To pop that back up.
Julia and I both received an email from Tracy Evans herself this morning, and we shared it with Mari. So, you know, I'm not gonna make any promises, but there's some pretty cool holiday stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? Come and give us a try with the Malva class, and you may get some inside information on what our holiday class is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say.
all we can say. We can't
Right.
say anything else, but we're very excited. Very excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be awesome, guys. Thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us, Mari. We know you're out at the cabin with your family, so thanks for taking the time to join us.
No problem.
And
we look forward to being in class. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you both in Vegas. I'm sure we'll take photos and we'll post them.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be posting some photos on social media too for my classroom.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone who joined us. Thank you. It was so lovely.
Nice.
Just wait. Let me pop this up. Leslie says you'll be emailing the links to both the private Facebook and the class. If you sign up for the class, we will drop our links for the registration for the class. And then when you register, then you get all of the rest of the information. Then you'll get the kit, the handout, where you'll find the private Facebook group, and the Zoom information as well. Perfect. I hope that answered your question, Leslie. But if anyone has any questions, maybe you're watching this after we've already signed off, keep dropping those questions and comments, and we will get back and answer those for you. Perfect. Anything else before we sign off, ladies?
I don't think so.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone online who's watched. We look forward to seeing you on the 25th with Mari. Thank you, everyone.
Happy Monday.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.